Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share. Shalom, greetings, and welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, one of the #1 platforms with what? That's right. Now, family, I'm coming to you guys before day 4 of Young Dolph's trial, right? With a video, y'all see the thumbnail, y'all see the title, right? CMG federal indictments coming down, right? Okay. Sources telling me that Jayz, Roc Nation, and CMG is in a frenzy right now over the Big Jook name being mentioned in this trial, and I'm going to explain to you guys why Roc Nation is in a frenzy right now. Before we get into this, though, just a quick recap of some of the stuff that happened yesterday. There's so much stuff that's coming out in the trial, so we're going to be coming behind the trial and dropping the sauce. And I got a breakdown and expose that's coming on Cornelius Smith, right? Cornball, right? Okay, and the reason why he's lying on this trial and saying that he's one of the shooters, even though he admitted that he was not one of the shooters, I'm going to break down and explain to you what's going on. There's one or two things that's going on in this case. It's either, as sources are saying, the indictment is really coming down, or CMG and Roc Nation has bought this case, and I'm going to break down and walk you guys down through each piece to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Yesterday, when they were going through the phone records proved that, as I told y'all, Straight Drop, listen fam, Straight Drop was on the scene. He was coordinating. He was on that phone. There's no way he did all of that shit before the shooting of Young Dolph, all these calls and doing all of this stuff. He literally had to be riding down there, pulling down on Young Dolph and them on the phone, like, who's going on the lick to do that? And this is why she called that recess, because that proves that he wasn't one of the shooters. Family, let me explain to you guys what's going on in this Young Dolph case. Everything that's coming out and everything that's said is proving that Big Jook, by the way of Gotti, because remember, they keep trying to keep Gotti name out of it, right? Because they know that this because the real beef was between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph, not no Big Jook and Young Dolph. Even though Young Dolph did this Big Jook, his beef was with Yo Gotti. Okay, it was Yo Gotti baby mama in here. It was Yo Gotti that he was going at, and he did Big Jook, and the rest of the CMG artists is in the midst of doing that. Everybody know that. The Memphis Police Department know, the prosecution, the feds, everybody know this. It's not a secret. Okay. Big Jook basically hired Hernandez Govan, Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith to kill Young Dolph. And the fact that Straight Drop's lawyer is not scrutinizing the tape from the cookie shop, family, they don't even show us. They claim that car was following Dolph up airways, right? They never show us the video. They act like the only video is the video from the Makita's cookies, right? That little video. If you look at the video when they showing you the shooting, there's shooting that's already going on at the other side of the end of the shop when they showing you the dude down there by the door. How is people not catching that? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. There was shooting already going on before that guy that they trying to say was Cornelius Smith got down there. He don't know what's going on, this and that. That's all theater, okay? Grass. So the fact that his lawyer is not scrutinizing the tape, right, lets you know that the CMG indictment is coming down. This is why they're keeping Straight Drop in the state and trying him in the state, because he's supposed to be federal, because Straight Drop is already cooperating with these people, man. Cornelius Smith said that Straight Drop told him to tell on Big Jook and Hernandez Govan and free him. That's what Cornball said. So that means that they were already working these deals behind the scenes, including Straight Drop. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all gotta understand is that Hernandez Govan, family, listen to this shit, right? And I'm just trying to help y'all gotta grasp this. If Hernandez Govan is the mastermind and he solicited them for the shoot, right? Why did they owe Hernandez Govan $10,000 a piece out of that? Straight Drop was getting 40. Cornball was getting 40. What is Hernandez Govan getting 20,000 for if he's the one that's soliciting the murder? Big Jig basically gave him the money. You go find the shooters and you pay the shooters. Why did they have to give him 20,000? It's because he was in on the lick. He was there. Remember, Cornelius Smith said that Hernandez Govan went in the car and got his phone out of the car. So this motherfucker is all over this goddamn scene. He's all over the case. He's involved from day one. He didn't just solicit and then they just bumped into the auditor, because remember, they kept saying that at the end of yesterday, they tried to file the straight drop lawyer tried to file a motion for getting him out of the conspiracy, because he said, well, it's not showing no conspiracy because they not tying straight drop to none of this stuff. But the thing that y'all got to understand is that Hernandez Govan was the one that went in the car, got the phone out of there. He also received money from the hit after they said he solicited the hit, because remember, they had to give him 20,000. So what are they giving him 20,000 for if he's the one, if it's 100,000 on the hit and they going to do it? That's you. What they paying him for? He was the same one that told them that they were high and all of this shit from the beginning. Hernandez Govan, as it came out yesterday, and a straight drop lawyer threw him under the bus, told y'all, as I've been telling y'all, that the nigga's a rat. I told y'all that he's the biggest rat in Shelby County, man. Come on, man. Now, let me get this clip added, right? Because now I'm getting ready to show you guys play by play, point by point, how y'all not paying attention to what's going on in this Young Dolph case, right? I need you guys to pay attention to what the prosecutor and the lawyer is attempting to do here. Just do this real quick. Okay, family, I'm finna break down to you guys this federal indictment that's coming down on Yo Gotti now, right? What I need you guys to do now, really, before I get into this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, get this video out there, because people gonna want to hear this expose that I'm doing. Now, family, when we go back to the opening of this trial, right, I want you guys to pay close attention to what the defense is doing, okay, straight dropping his attorney, and what the prosecutor is laying out, right, in their opening arguments of what they're getting ready to prove during this trial. Okay, let's go.
For himself. He wanted to make it for himself. He wasn't interested. He wasn't interested in joining others. It was all about making it himself. He felt like when he grew up, he called it his come up. That's what he called it, his come up. That it was rough and hard, but it was important that he got through it himself, and he wanted to make it for himself. And he made it for himself. As a rapper, as an artist, young Dolph became famous. Shortened to Dolph. Very famous. Wanted to make it by himself. Wanted to be self-made, but it wasn't just about him. Because he also wanted a record label. He wanted to promote
hey, check this
other
out.
artists.
So I stopped buying random lotto tickets and started doing this instead.
And so he started not just his own rap career, but a record label that's called Paper Route Empire. Paper Route. Like a young man or woman would have to make money on the side selling papers, but also a play on the word papers. As in Memphis, slang for money, paper. Is sometimes abbreviated PRE, Paper Route Empire. And that is Dolph and the rappers that he promoted. Trying to make it on your own is obviously hard. In this game, trying to make it on your own can create enemies. PRE, Paper Route Empire, his label, is not the only label in Memphis. He's not the only famous rapper in Memphis. Another label, CMG, Cocaine Music Group.
Now, y'all remember that Gotti tried to tell us that, oh, 50 Cent said this and that. No. Excuse me. Yo, Gotti, hurry up and try to change the name because he knew what was coming down in this Young Dolph case. And if you notice here, the prosecutor is not using that new country music group or whatever that shit he done changed, the collective music group he tried to change it to. He said Cocaine Music Group. And it's going to prove that when the indictment come down, that this is what they were at the time, the Cocaine Music Group. This is why he did not use the collective da-da-da-da-da, right? Okay, let's keep going here. Also, something else that I want to point out about this tape, right? This footage, right? While we breaking this down, because I told y'all that they have altered the footage. What these people have done in the Young Dolph case, if you guys look up here where it shows the time 12/22/06, and you see that black number up there, they have basically covered out the real timestamp and have put a timer on there. That's why the numbers is going black. Everything else is white. They did it inside the cookie shop and they do it out here when they play the video. They're adding a timer to the thing while they're actually blocking out the actual time on that actual timestamp. See what I'm saying? This is what's going on in this Young Dolph case, man, and they think that we stupid, man.
They wanted Dolph under their label, but he turned down millions. I want to do it myself. The second time, they wanted Dolph under their label, but he turned down many millions. I want to do it myself. And in this game, whether it's smart or not.
Now, family, I'm not going to go through this whole opening, right? We all have listened to it. The point that I'm trying to make here is that the state, their argument and what they're coming to prove is basically they're saying that Young Dolph had his own record label. CMG had their record label. They was trying to sign Young Dolph. This is the same story we already know. Everybody knows this story, including the feds and all of this. So what the prosecution is saying is that Dolph was killed because he didn't want to sign to that label. And they basically, and family, and they basically are saying that Young Dolph was basically, this is Rico. This is Rico. This is the foundation that they're laying. This is why they wanted him dead, because of this. The defense, right? Okay, this is what I want you guys to understand about the defense. Okay, and let me get this pulled up for you guys. The defense. Okay, listen to the defense.
And that's greed, right? Pride and deceit. And that's what Mr. Govan has, is greed. And then he gets angry because if he can't get a piece of this young artist, nobody can. Nobody can. It's time to tank this one, because he's not going to go for it. And Govan, you're going to hear, and the state has said, is soliciting. He's in the middle of this thing with Dolph. It's going to be important for you through this case to really pay attention to this. When you hear witnesses like Govan testify.
So family, okay, y'all hear what he's saying, right? So the defense, Straight Drop's lawyer, is basically saying, yeah, Hernandez, Govan, and all of them are involved in this case. What happened is yeah, he did want to sign Straight Drop. He did want to do all of this stuff, but he wanted too much money, and my client said no. So even the defense, family, along with the prosecution, is basically still tying CMG to this murder of young Dolph. He's not saying that's a lie what they saying. He's saying, yeah, what they saying is true, and this is why they're trying to pin this murder on my client, because he didn't want to sign with Govan. Yeah, Govan them plotted and did all this stuff, but my client wasn't involved in that. Yeah, my client was trying to get a record deal. But when he saw Govan was trying to take too much money, so don't y'all understand, family? The prosecution is saying that young Dolph was killed because he didn't want to sign to this record label. The defense, Straight Drop lawyer, is saying, yeah, that may be true, but my client had nothing to do with it. My client left because Hernandez Govan wanted too much money, and it was in Atlanta. It wasn't in Florida. When everybody said they was down in Florida meeting and doing all this other shit, it was in Atlanta. So off the muscle, this is the foundation for the RICO indictment for CMG. Okay? Now listen to this, fam, because they ain't done yet, right? Listen to this. Let's share this tab.
Maybe to have the jury out so your honor can admonish the witnesses with regards to one thing. There are other acts of violence. I think I mentioned other acts of violence that are related to this case, that at least.
So fam, so right there in the beginning, when he was talking to the judge, he told the judge that, you know, we don't want to talk about those other incidents. Those other incidents they talking about is those other incidents that young Dolph had. And so they don't want to bring all of that shit up because they already know that that's going to be part of the RICO case, right? Okay, now let's listen to what this witness had to say. Now, this is the security for young Dolph.
Your name is Raul, R-A-U-L, Hopkins, H-O-P-K-I-N-S.
Nobody.
Why the fuck is that doing that? Excuse my language. Oh my goodness.
You know what nobody talks about when it comes to building a content creator business? That if you're not using a tool like HoneyBook to stay...
You familiar with a rival rap label?
Yes.
What was its name?
CMG.
So listen, right here, family, the security guard is also telling us about the rap rival group CMG, right? Do you know of any other violence? Now, what y'all got to remember is they trying to pin all this shit on Big Jug, but the beef was between Gotti. When those shootings happened, that went back to Gotti. That didn't go back to no Big Jug. When nobody saying, oh, Big Jug sitting them out there in LA to go do this and that. That was Yo Gotti work. Yo Gotti. Okay, listen to what he's saying.
Cocaine Music Group. Does that label have artists and things like it under that umbrella?
Yes, sir.
You familiar with the name Jug or Big Jug?
Yes, sir.
And is that person, to your knowledge, affiliated or part of the leadership of CMG?
To my knowledge, yes, sir.
You familiar with any sort of rivalry between CMG and Dolph?
Yes, sir.
You familiar with sort of the origins of that rivalry?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
Of us doing shows, we got the Soprano shot up, a few other various stuff. There's a lot of shit going on.
Okay, well let me back up, because I think you're talking about incidents that happened, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, let's back up. Do you know, why does CMG have a problem with Dolph at all? You're not familiar with that? Are you familiar with Dolph ever turning down proposals to sign with artists from CMG?
Yes.
So right right here, family. This is the RICO. This is the foundation. And he did not refuse to sign to Big Jook. It was Yo Gotti, right? Yo Gotti. So to all these bloggers that's telling y'all Yo Gotti safe, Yo Gotti ain't had nothing to do with it, man, what type of dope is these people smoking? Everybody, because here's the deal: if y'all gonna speak on this shit and y'all gonna keep it a sleeve, y'all gonna keep it 100. Tell the real. Don't be sitting up here just meat ride. The beef was between Yo Gotti, and so all these major big time bloggers that saying CMG safe and all Gotti safe and all this other shit, ain't nobody safe. Okay, and I told y'all they're coming for these multi-millionaires because y'all got to remember, look what's going on in the world. They got to make these rappers and all these people pay. It's the same thing with Diddy and all of them, and this is what they're going to use to bring CMG down, and they're also going to bring Rock Nation in them because. Y'all, I'm finna explain and break down to y'all why, which I already done broke down and gave to y'all. But the security guard is telling them about the instance that happened, and that was between Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. Okay? Big Jook and all these people were pulled into the shit because of Gotti. If we're gonna tell the story, we gotta tell it right? Right. Okay. Now, let's keep going on here, right? Now listen to this, family. Okay. Let's listen to this.
Talking about incidents that happened, is that right?
Oh my goodness. Let me see.
When you shop with the Shipped app,
So
your
what this thing is doing, let's stop this.
schedule is the only schedule.
What this thing is doing is it's going back from all my timestamps, right? Let's go here. Let me see what's the time. Okay, 5:04.
They look at each other like brothers, and then just rap or whatever.
All right. You knew Justin to be a rapper?
Yeah.
Did you know his rap name?
So now listen, right? Listen to this, family. This is what I want you guys to understand. They're asking him about straight drop and straight drop in Hernandez Govan. Listen to what he's getting ready to say, right?
And did you know Quet to be involved in, I guess, the rap business or something? What sort of would he calls himself as far as being in the business?
I guess a negotiator.
A negotiator? Okay. Do you know whether or not he was trying to negotiate for a straight drop?
He was trying to get him a deal.
Okay. Do you know who he was trying to get him a deal with?
Oh, Big Jook and him, Gotti and him.
Big Jook and Gotti now, right? He was trying to get him a deal with Big Jook and Gotti now.
Right. You said Big Jook, is that correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the music label CMG?
Yeah.
Is that Big Jook?
Yeah, Big Jook and him.
And his brother, right?
His
brother's Gotti, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So right here, what did he say? Big Jook and Gotti. Everybody know that it was Yo Gotti that was trying to sign Young Dolph. Okay. Now let's listen to this right here. What is this? 629. 629. In case, because this is gonna try to bag up on me. 629.
The day after you got picked up in South Haven, right? The same day?
Nah, I ain't me. Like, what you mean by me back with him?
I mean, they sat down and interviewed you in a room.
Yeah. I talked to them.
And did you tell them the truth?
Nah.
Right? Because specifically they asked you whether or not you'd ever seen that Mercedes and whether you'd been in it, right? And you said, never been in it, never seen it, never been in it with Justin Johnson.
Correct.
Right? Okay, just to be clear. How about how many times would you say you've met with the state law enforcement included, right? In preparing to testify to that?
Couple times, three, 4 times.
Okay. Does that include are you including that time back in December, right when you were picked up?
Nah.
Okay. So 3 or 4 times since. All right. And one of the times you met with them was in March of 22. You remember meeting with them then? Sometime around then?
I don't know the exact months. Stuff like that. Like, I got my lawyer involved, so I don't know. I can't just pinpoint exactly what month.
Well, I'll say it like this. You started out with a different lawyer and you ended up with the lawyer you have now, right?
No, sir. No, sir. He never hired.
Okay, he got paid.
No, he did not get paid.
He didn't get paid? He didn't get $50,000?
He did not. He ain't signed my jacket saying he represented.
That's what I'm asking
I
you.
just talked to him.
That's what I'm asking you.
Right. You asked
He got $50,000.
lawyer. So,
Hold on just a second. Ask your question and wait for the response.
The original lawyer in your case got $50,000 to represent you. Did he not?
I don't know exactly how much you get. I don't know. I can't say.
All right. And you knew that, just we're all clear here, that money came from CMG. Right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly who, but yo.
All right.
Ooh-wee. Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, here's the deal. Not only did CMG get Cornelia Smith a lawyer, they got straight drop lawyers. So family, listen to what's going on here. Don't you think the feds know that they moved that money for that lawyer? Cornelia Smith is trying to say, because listen to this, family. Cornelia Smith is the first one that's working in this case from the timeline. Now, he claimed that Hernandez-Govan had already told everything, but this is in March. This is 2 months after he got caught. He was already working with the people. So when they moved that money, this is why Big Jook said they don't want to face you. They want to snake you. CMG got caught moving that money for that lawyer. They did the same thing for Straight Drop. They know that there's money laundering that's going on, family, because here's the deal. I broke down and explained to y'all how Gotti ran this scam for the I am 10%, right? For the a dollar for dollar challenge, right? To scam everybody, right? But he never signed him to CMG, just like he never signed Desto Lotta Cash. Remember, I did the expose showing how Desto Lotta Cash was tied to his death, Young Dolph's death. Desto Lotta Cash, you can see at Gotti's birthday bash. I already showed y'all this, but he never signed her though. Why? Because he did not want her signed to CMG, knowing that they were tied into this murder. So this is why they try to move her through Uzi Little Vert. You see what I'm saying? Even though Hernandez-Govan came out and told y'all that she was never signed to Lil Uzi Vert, just as I told y'all before he came out and told y'all that, right? That's right. So the thing of it is, family, they have CMG money laundering, man. They put that money, they paid that money for that lawyer. They also bought Straight Drop lawyer. Where did Straight Drop get the money to get all that shit? He wasn't no popping artist like that. He didn't have the money for that. This lawyer is at least 100,000 or more. This is why they had Straight Drop drop those songs while he was in jail and tried to move the money through that to say, okay, this is where the money's coming from. This is what's going on. They got these people with money laundering. So how the hell are they saying that they're not going down? If the defense attorney know that his lawyer was paid $50,000 by CMG, you don't think that the feds know that? And what people got to understand is that we're seeing the trial now in 2024. This was back in 2022. This dude started working with the state. They've been watching Yo Gotti them way before they even got Hernandez. Remember, they didn't get Hernandez-Govan later on that year. Later on in the year, around like what, after his daughter death. His daughter died in September. He went to jail in what, November, around the time that Young Dolph had died the year before that. So Cornelia Smith had already entered into a profit and was already working all the way back in March of 2022, 2 months after he got caught. So they already know what's been going on since then, meaning that they've been watching Big Jook and Gotti since then, right? That's right. Okay, now, remember I did this video right here, right? Let me see here. Hold on. Let's see here. Okay, we showed that. Okay, now check this out, fam. Check this out right here. Now, y'all remember I did the video, right? Well, hold on. We're gonna say that for last. Let's say that for last, right? Now, what is this? 656. Okay, 656. 656.
Were you aware that during the investigation they tried to search the Mercedes to find what may or may not be blood?
That's correct.
Were you aware that they took samples of that stuff?
Yes.
Were you aware they also took what could be called touch DNA samples?
Yes.
And were you aware that that stuff was sent to TBI?
Yes, it was.
With inconclusive results, either DNA obtained but not enough to make any sort of comparison, or just simply inconclusive results?
Yeah, that's correct.
Do you know where Pressure World is? Where's that?
Right up there, up Lamar.
It's right by Lamar. In the Lamar Sims area? Is that location bear any sort of significance in this case?
It does. That's where supposedly Cornelius Smith met with Hernandez Govan to get his actual phone that he left in the car after the homicide right there, you know.
And that, as you said, that's in the area of Lamar and Sims. Is that correct?
Correct.
You aware that Mr. Govan's charged in this case?
I am.
Mr. Smith's charged in this case?
He is.
And Mr. Johnson's charged in this case?
That's correct.
Can you tell us why Big Joke is not charged in this case?
He is deceased.
Let's start right there. And this is the turning point, and I'm getting ready to break this shit down so y'all can understand what I'm saying here. They're telling us that the only reason that Big Jook is not locked up is because he died, right? That right there is a lie from hell, right? Family, the reason being is that first off, they took over. He came on the scene in December. He already said he came on the scene in December, right after the murder, right? Do you guys see this right here? Let me show you guys something. You guys see this right here? This right here is the phone records of Justin Johnson, right? So, family, they already knew because they pulled the phone records in December, right after the death of young Dolph. Okay, they already knew. Family, listen what I'm telling you. They already knew all the way going back into December. This is when they pulled the records. The phone records was pulled in December of 2021, the same year young Dolph got killed. They knew then that Straight Drop had FaceTime Big Jook. They already had all of this shit. So when people say Big Jook was picked up and questioned, Big Jook was picked up and questioned. You see what I'm saying? So this cap shit that they telling us, because family, here's the deal. This is in 2021. They already knew what was going on. Cornelius Smith started working with these people in March, 2 months after him and Straight Drop got caught. They already knew this information. He had already, remember, he entered into a proffer in March and was working with the people. This is way before Hernandez Govan and them even get arrested. Cornelius Smith is working. So he's already told them what's going on. Your boy, now listen to what he said about your boy, right? Okay, let's listen to what he said about your boy, right? Okay, listen what they said about your boy, man. Listen to what he said about your boy. What is this? 704. 704.
Cooperating defendants in this case, one of which you met with was Hernandez Govan.
Correct.
On at least 2 occasions, correct?
Correct.
And he came in and gave you information about this case?
That's correct.
And he also did that, he had an attorney present, right?
Yes.
And he did that pursuant to an agreement, right, where he had protections, something called a proffer agreement, where he got to come in and say what he wanted to say without his words being used against him. Isn't that correct?
Correct. He had a proper agreement.
All right. And you understand that to mean that some people call that.
Listen, fam, they threw Hernandez Govan ass right under the bus, fast as hell. Straight trial lawyer. Listen, when I told y'all that the boy is a rat, it ain't even nothing else to discuss. He already told y'all he had a proper agreement. The man is a rat. Hernandez Govan, the biggest rat. Why you think Hernandez Govan was over here on my channel? I've been telling y'all this shit. Everybody, oh, you don't know what you talking about, Big Light. He just told y'all right in court that the man had a proper agreement. So when the man had, listen, he already had William Massey. This is who he came in with, right? And then, family, this is what y'all gotta understand. Then he went to your boy, whatchamacallit. This is why the lawyers in Memphis that was originally the CMG lawyers that had took that case, this is why they start backing up, because they already knew what was going on. They know that this federal indictment is coming down in this case because they know why young Dolph was killed. This is RICO. You can't use your record label if somebody don't want to sign to you to kill them and do all this and force people. And then they said that they had hits on everybody head in CMG. This is RICO. This is a mob type shit. So Hernandez Govan entered into the profit, right? So when he first originally had William Massey, one shit shaky. He was sitting there. He was like, fuck William Massey. I want to. So y'all got to remember who's paying for these lawyers. CMG is paying for the lawyers. This is why Big Jook said they don't want to face you. They want to snake you. Paper trail, right? So family, this is what y'all got to understand, right? Check this out. And we're going to wrap this up, right? Remember I did this video right here? Okay, let's put this down. Remember I did this video. Jayz caught red-handed buying young Dolph's DA. And look, right here, remember I did the expose. Action 5 News looked through finance documents and saw celebrities like Amy Schumer, attorney Barry Scheck of OJ fame, Arthur John Grissom, all made contributions. Top executives from Jay-Z's entertainment company, Rock Nation. Look, top executives from Jay-Z's entertainment company, Rock Nation, sent generous donations to his campaign. Speaking about who? Your boy, Steve Mulroy, the DA, the district attorney on this case. Okay. They bought, so family, listen to this shit, right? They bought the DA. Pauline and all of that is under Steve Mulroy's direction. They got bought by CMG. The lawyer that straight drop guy is paid by CMG. We know that this is where the money came from. Just like they bought Cornelius Smith lawyer, they bought his lawyer, right? They already know this. So that means all of this shit is basically being ran by CMG Rock Nation, basically. Now, either they getting ready to throw them under the bus in this RICO indictment that's coming down, or they bought the case. It's one of the two. I believe that the RICO was coming down because this is what y'all got to remember. Okay, so Hernandez Govan is at large right now. He's free. He's out on bond. But why would they keep Cornelius Smith in there? Cornelius Smith cooperated with the government. Why is he still locked up? Why ain't he free out on the streets? It's because Hernandez Govan, part of his plea, his deal to keep him out because he's on that scene. He's in that shooting. There's no way that he took. Why would he have to get $20,000 from the shooters? If Big Jook is giving him this money to pay for the shooters, why do they owe him $20,000 for? Why is Hernandez Govan going back into the car? He went into that car. So not only did he solicit the murder, it ain't like he just said, here go 100,000, y'all go kill Dolph. This motherfucker is hands-on in this case, in this murder, and the shit that's going on. He went in that car and got that phone out of there for Cornelius Smith, meaning that what? He was in that car. He touched that car. He also got some of the money that was put up on Dolph's head, even though they're saying he's the mastermind and facilitator. No, he's a damn shooter in this case. And this is why they're not talking about the shooting that happened at the back window, because in my opinion, they've already told young Dolph family the reason why we're going to keep this out, because they saw that video. People that saw that video and know where that shooting came from. The only way that Straight Drop lawyer is not scrutinizing that video. The reason that Young Dolph family is going because your boy Pauline and probably already told them this indictment is coming down and we're going to keep him out of there because he's going to be a star witness in the CMG takedown is what you guys got to understand. Hernandez Govan family, think about this. He entered into a profit with him. He had to give them some damn information that was dead nuts in order for him to get out of jail. The Straight Drop lawyer just exposed that the man was working with these people that he entered into a profit agreement. So he ain't just entered into a profit agreement and gave them some bullshit information. He gave them solid information concerning CMG, and this is why Big Jook understood when he said they don't want to face you, they want to snake you. He knew that all this shit was in play. They already knew. You know what I'm saying? So either they bought this case because we know they bought the judge, they bought the DA and all of these people, right? It's right here. He paid for the DA, right? Gave generous donations and they made it in, right? So they bought the DA. What is Steve Monroy doing? Is the indictment coming down or did Jay-Z them buy this case? Because the fact that his lawyer is not scrutinizing that video, the timestamps, they done added a timer to the time clock. That's why y'all see all that black shit on there. Like, it's like, come on, man. I don't know who they think they playing with, man, but we on to them, man. So, family, at the end of the day, it's either RICO or they have bought the case. They have bought the case. It's one or the other. You know what I'm saying? But this is strictly RICO. There's no way they're not going to jail. Family, don't y'all understand that since the time of this murder, they've been basically watching CMG? The man started cooperating in 2 months. They got caught in January. Cornball entered into a proffer agreement in March. This is before Jamarcus Johnson got arrested. This was before Hernandez Govan got it. He was already working, cooperating with these people. So, family, they know that CMG paid for the lawyer. How can they not be going down for a federal case if they're seeing it in the trial that he paid the money? This is why, and I also believe this is why they're keeping Straight Drop in the state, because they're going to have Straight Drop trial. They're going to convict him, find him guilty on this shit, right? And give him all this time. But when the federal case come around to bring down CMG, they're going to use Straight Drop. They're going to use Hernandez Govan and all of these people, because you can see that Straight Drop was dealing straight direct with Big Jook. He was dealing straight with Big Jook because he called Big Jook straight to his line. Cornelius Smith didn't have Big Jook number. He couldn't call Big Jook straight to his line. Straight Drop did, meaning that he had access to Big Jook and the CMG members. So with that being said, that means that he has information on them and all of this stuff concerning his hit. They're going to use him. And this is how he's going to get back on the time that they getting ready to give him by cooperating in the federal case. This is why they have not picked him up. This is a federal case all day long. The state is telling you in their opening statements and all of the shit that they're proving that this is a federal case. Luke said your lawyer was paid by CMG. This is a federal case in the field. Okay, so y'all leave y'all thoughts below. The next thing that we're going to do, right? Like I said, we got to come from the back. We're going to talk about the phone records and all of that. But all of that is going to be on the back end coming forward, because we got to keep up with the trial, what's going on, and break this stuff down as we go. The next thing that I'm going to break down is Cornelius Smith's testimony and how he lied, the multitude of lies that he told on that stand. And I don't see how Straight Drop lawyer, and this is what I'm saying, either the fix is in, either they done bought this whole trial, or it's the federal case is coming, and Straight Drop is going to be working with them people and bring it down. Yo, Gotti, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he, fam? Everybody done told in the case already. They trying to pin this shit on him. So why would he want to stay strong and stay tall when everybody on the case done told? That's stupid. It don't matter. You're not getting no fame off of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's over with. So you might as well just go ahead and cooperate, which I believe Straight Drop is doing. He's cooperating with the people. But it's in the federal case that's getting ready to bring down the CMG in Rock Nation, because they said that Rock Nation made those donations to Steve Monroy. Why are they making donations to Steve Monroy for? What business they got down in Memphis? Oh, They know that Big Jig name was brought up in that case, and Big Jig did all that shit. This is why. And this is why they kept Big Jig funeral private and all of that, because and had all that security down there, because they already knew what time it was. Y'all leave y'all thoughts below, man. I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV.